Here's a Castlevania game I bet nobody remembered, because out of the GBA games, this one's probably the least well remembered. Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance. Honestly, I don't particularly blame anyone for forgetting this game exists, because it's kind of... I'm not going to say it's unremarkable, but... It's kind of stuck between, like, Circle of the Moon, which was the first GBA game which people remember, and Aria of Sorrow, which is... Holy shit, Aria of Sorrow is a good game. So it's kind of overshadowed by those two, but Harmony of Dissonance, I mean, it's still good. It's just that, it doesn't really have anything to stand out. But you know what? To be honest, I've never beaten this game. In fact, I've only played, I would say about 30 minutes of it, give or take. So, honestly, there's still some, there's still not a lot that I know about this one. So, I'm going to give it its fair shake. This is going to be mostly 100% blind for the most part. So, let me just... get my name. You know what? In honor of my mistake that I made in that one Symphony of the Night playthrough. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. 50 years have passed since Simon Belmont vanquished the curse of Dracula. Fate has dictated that Justy Belmont, blood descendant of the Belmont family, hunt for the relics of Dracula. One day, okay, real talk, how do you pronounce that name? Juste? Anyway, Juste's best friend Maxim, who had set out on a training expedition 2 years earlier, returned unexpectedly, his body covered with wounds. He informs Juste that Liddy, a childhood friend whom they both deeply care about, has been kidnapped. Maxim has completely lost his memory of his time training away from home, and only has vague images of the kidnapping. Ignoring his bodily injuries, Maxim leads Justy to the place where he believes Liddy is being held captive. Passing through the thick fog, the two men happen upon a castle undocumented on any map. Could this be the fabled Dracula's castle? Standing solemnly in the night, this forbidding castle welcomes its unexpected guests as the moonlight shines upon it. That's a very deep sky. The E is silent. Okay, good to know. Also, man looking Bishi as all hell. I believe this is when, what's her name? Is it Akira Yamaoka? I feel like I'm getting artists mixed up. I think this is when Akira Yamaoka started becoming the mainstay of Castlevania box art. She did art for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Then she didn't for Circle of the Moon or Castlevania 64. Then she did Chronicles, and then from this point on was when they were like, no, you're going to be our box art designer. And they damn well better have kept her, because holy shit, her art is amazing. Akira Yamaoka is the composer for Silent Hill. Oh my god, I'm getting my names mixed up. Who am I thinking of? Give me 1 sec. I'm getting my names mixed up to holy hell and back of different Japanese artists. Castlevania. Artist. Ayami Kojima. That's what it is. Yeah, Ayami Kojima, presumably no relation. Nope, none whatsoever. How did I get her mixed up with Akira Yamaoka? Worst off, I thought for a second I was mixing them up with the, Final Fantasy artist that's well known. Man, I need to, re-educate myself on Japanese artist names, apparently. Anyway, we got a very pretty man, and apparently this is the grandson of Simon. Go figure. So, you truly believe that lid was a Liddy? Chat, how do I pronounce that name? Just tell me right now so I don't get it wrong later. Was brought to this castle. My memory fails me, but this seems to be the place. Don't you believe me? I know better than anyone that you are not the type to lie. Just... Ugh! Are you alright? I'm fine. Is... Lydie? Lydie you should be concerned about, not me. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. You have my word. Okay then. I'll see you inside. I feel like he's supposed to be French. They seem like very French names. By the way, Circle of the Moon didn't have any movement tech. Whereas in this game, you don't have to double tap to dash from what I understand, but you do have a forward dash and a back dash, which are on completely separate buttons, which I actually really like. I actually way prefer the fact that this game straight up has way more movement tech. Also, hello there, friend. How very steampunk of you. Just or just, go with just. Okay, $10, say Maxim gets possessed. I will double down on that, saying 20 bucks. Like, man doesn't remember what happened during training. That man has some explaining to do, which he can't do, which probably means he's gonna get possessed. And then suddenly, non-boss fight. And oh my god, we finally got equipment back. Thank God. And I can actually find it throughout the castle. Just has grown attached to this bracelet and always wears it. Unless I decide to unequip it, apparently. Well, I'll keep it equipped for the meantime. But yeah, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. What can I been trying to think of what I know about it? I know that you use the whip, again, as your primary weapon. So, we're still not back to, we're still not quite yet back to using, items and other weapons that we can equip. He does have sub-weapons, and he also has magic, obviously by the, magic meter. And, yeah, other than that, I have no idea what he can do, so this is going to be a learning experience for the, for all of us. And, hey, Spearman! Glad to see you're still getting work, and you still have the exact same moveset as you did before. The outline is kind of distracting, but this looks fine. I'm pretty sure the outline is if your MP is at max, I think. I do know that this game was kind of made almost in retaliation by Iga, because he did not like Circle of the Moon. There was a lot of doubt, I mentioned before, but that game was done by a different team. It was not headed up by Iga. And he was not a big fan of it. So he kind of made this game as a sort of like, hey, this is how you should really be trying to do this, guys. So you'll be seeing a lot of similar things to the Symphony of the Night, like the return to money, you know, equipment, all of that fun stuff. And say what you will, but the man does kind of know how to do it. Hell, even save points look the same. It also saves way faster. Reuse sprites in Castlevania game? Gasp! Yeah, I know, it's such a surprise. I will say this, just... he feels weird. Like, he feels very heavy. And especially since his run animation is very, I don't know how to put it. His run animation looks very, I guess the word I'm looking for is, I guess slow is the best way to describe it. It just looks and feels kind of slow. So, I don't know, it just kind of, feels weird when you try to jump and stuff, and it feels just so slow overall. Hey, we still got levels and stuff. I'm very curious to know if this game also has the same grinding problem that Circle of the Moon has. I'm going to probably have to look into what recommended levels of stuff are, and I'm going to guess I can't double jump. Yep, nope, no, I cannot. So that stuff is... He's got a lot of weight before the waist, if you catch my drift. No, I don't get it. Can you please elaborate? Maybe the Bishi man just has some heft. I know, I have a feeling it might be due to the fact there might be something in his moveset, which makes it so it makes sense that he feels so heavy, but I don't know yet. Man, I'm gonna have to, this is gonna be one of those, I don't know if this game has any hidden walls. That's the, I imagine that it does. Especially as an Eda game, I imagine that, it would definitely have loads of hidden stuff, so... I don't think I'll need to worry about that, but that being said... I actually have no idea if, how much hidden stuff that I need to be, trying to, look out for. Oh! Hey, Def! Halt! The color of your soul! You must be a Belmont! That is correct. This is overwhelming power. Death! Indeed! Which means this is, in fact, Dracula's castle. That might be true? Though the power that is here is not my lord's. What do you mean? I must go now. We shall meet again, son of Belmont. Ah, he got away. And then suddenly, Death. I like the 20s radio's voice for Death. I mean, it's more supposed to be trying to be like Skeletor, but... 20s radio presenter also works. Castle Map 1. Oh, this is the first game, other than Symphony of Night, to actually bring back the castle maps. Huh. Also, seems like down here is not mapped off. Interesting. Well, naturally, this is the place I'm going to try and explore next. Oh, why can you do this? They brought back this stupid thing. Kind of a little bit sad that I don't have the Nathan Graves. But then again, this is also fun. So, Drat's not the big bad for now. Yeah, he'll probably be the big bad, let's be real. Also, hello, Room of Illusions. Wow, I'm just getting new areas left and right, huh? I also want to know if... I don't think I got item crash, at least not yet. Because I imagine... Let me check my key config. Attack, jump, yeah, dash left, dash right. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. And... Yep, in true Igavania fashion, a bunch of relics which I need to unlock. Also, spell books. Huh, interesting. That'll definitely be something for later. This far in and I... Okay, that's that is life MP, life HP up. Okay, cool. So that's what those look like. Beyblade is back. Not quite Beyblade, but I appreciate the sentimentality. Oh, look, and Medusas are back. Of course they are. They're always back. They never go away. Also, holy shit. When Juice hits them with his whip, he just makes them into a bloody mess. Ha! Stylish bandana, defense up. Nothing too fancy. Not that I would think that just is the type to, wear bandanas. That's more of a Richter thing. Well, until he decided to grow out his hair and make it all Bishi. Oh my god, this room is so trippy. Holy shit. This is the type of room you only put on a Game Boy Advance just to flex. Like, look how trippy we can make this. Okay, and that's a sub-weapon. Literally an Aura punch. Okay, good to know. Also, I cannot get under there because I don't have a slide kick. So I'm gonna have to come back later. Cool. Welcome to the LSD room. Just does definitely feel like it. God, I don't even remember what my last save file for this game was. Like, I bought all of the Castlevanias next to each other, and my original Castlevania Circle of the Moon playthrough was in, like, 2017, so it must have been around then. Knowing me, I wouldn't have played this game before playing Circle of the Moon. So, it must have been 2017 when I first tried this game, and I just never got back to it for whatever reason. I don't even think it was like the thing. It was a case of like it didn't grab me, because I love these types of games, especially on Game Boy Advance. So I guess it was just a case of like something came out, you know, or something was, you know, grabbing my attention at the time. I just ended up not playing it. See, these are always the fun things when it comes to stuff like series retrospectives, because there's some games I'm very familiar with, but at the same time it gives me a chance to play things that I'm not that familiar with. Which is fun in its own way. Yep, the psychedelic 80s along with the stylish bandana. Right, over here is a dead end, which probably means that there is a heart up, or an MP up, or a life up, or something. Either that, or I can't make any progress because there is a box up there which I need to push, and I can't get to it unless... Okay, never mind. Unlike Circle of the Moon, I do not have to unlock the power of pushing a box. Despite the fact that he's literally not using his hands, and that honestly looks kind of dumb. There was clearly not enough time to do a push block animation. There was not enough memory on the Game Boy Advance. Ow. Can I use that in the air? Because if I can use that in the air, that would be kind of cool. That being said, these are not the enemies to test it. Okay, I can, but I drop down. Which makes sense. A little bit sad, though. Obtained Ice Book. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to say, but that's a spell book. When combined with a sub-weapon, user can cast many ice spells. Oh! Is that the gimmick? Hang on. Okay, right. That is actually kind of cool. Pun not intended. He was just using his head, what, like headbutting the thingy to move it forward? Yeah, spellbooks turn your sub-weapons into spells. And it doesn't use hearts, which is also really nice. Interesting. So basically, depending on the combination of sub-weapon and spell, that's this game's unique mechanic. Hey, any game that lets me, like, mix and match to make different combinations of something is already a plus in my book. Like, stuff like that is where, like, the fun of, like, discoverability comes into play, you know? Because now I want to try and find that holy water again so I can see what it's like with the ice book. Also, I'm gonna, since I made some progress, I'm gonna head back towards that save room so I can save, get my health back. And also not have to collect everything. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Huh. Interesting. I think that was a shield? What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Thanks, Mr. Freeze. Glad you could give us that little tidbit. Yeah, holy ice is kind of crap. Good to know. It's worth noting that I would like to not know what the combinations are beforehand. You know, because spoilers. And, you know, I would like to discover the books that I get for myself. That being said, once I have gotten a good chunk of them, or all of them, I will be doing my research to see which ones are considered good, possibly, but I might just try and find out for myself, because that is half the fun. But basically what I'm trying to say is, please do not spoil anything that's, you know, gameplay related or anything like that, because I am going through this blind, so... Time for me to have some fun with some discovery. Yo, Atrin! Sup, nerds? What's up? Is that I beat Castlevania Chronicles. It was very painful, but I felt elated at the end when I beat it. And now we're on the next GBA Castlevania. The one that nobody remembers exists. A new sub-weapon can be combined with any spell, but some just work better than others. Oh, absolutely. Like, for example... Okay, that summons an ice shard. Good to know. And sub-weapons disappear off screen. Also good to know. These are the important things that I need to try and discover. And another save point. Perfect. Now, I will mention this. I do know of one other gimmick this game has, which I'm very interested to see how it's implemented. I don't know how it's implemented, and I won't say what it is, but there's another big thing that this game has, which is kind of an interesting idea. And it's a kind of homage to the Dual Castle from Symphony of the Night, but different. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to add any more to that. There's a place up here which is not marked. Does my dash have invincibility? I don't know. No, it doesn't. Unless it's, like, right at the beginning. Okay, it's also worth noting, one thing that's going to be a little bit hard to get used to is for the dashes, left on the trigger always goes left and right on the trigger always goes right. It's not like... Okay, that's a pretty good one. I like that one. Also, damn it, can't make it under. Wow, I'm just finding sub-weapons all over the place. They want me to experiment. But yeah, basically, left will always go left, and right will always go right. So, the dashes are not, like, this one always goes backwards. This one always goes forward. Which, considering this is a game that just goes forward and backwards, you know, left and right, because it's 2D, honestly makes a lot of sense. I'm kind of glad that they did it this way, because it just makes sense. In terms of, you know, where the buttons are. So it is appreciated. It's... Mike, the evil living building. It's the Jewel Castle. Yeah, it is. I was trying to not spoil it. I was trying to not be specific. Looks like there's a... It feels weird, controlling with main story in Yakuza games after doing all the side stuff. Or, sorry, continuing the main story after all the side stuff. That's the game's juxtaposition for you. Okay, right, I need to go through here, and I'm guessing this is going to be a boss fight. Giant bat? Hey, buddy, glad to see you're still doing work. That being said, I think with the spellbook is actually not going to be helpful. This, on the other hand... You know, say what you will. You got these horrible monstrosities that you get, especially later on. They get way more elaborate as the games go on. Except for Circle of the Moon, which just decided to reuse the same enemy, like, sprite, like, 5 times. But, like, a giant bat is a giant bat, and you really can't go wrong with that. You know? The giant bat gets the job done. Or at least, at the very least, he tries. You know? It's not very complicated. He's got, like, a fireball. He tries his best. But it really proves that I think Dracula just has a soft spot for the giant bat, because it's his kin, you know? He understands him. And due to the fact that this game is an RPG, he can take way more hits. Ow, damn it. God, I really hope I get... Hey, there we go. I really hope I get a, item or relic that lets me... that shows me how much damage I'm doing, because right now, I'm only guesstimating. Oh, great, Fleeman. I was wondering if you'd make your ugly appearance, and I guess the answer is yes. This bat pout knows the power of the spiral indeed. Oh, shit. I will never get used to you. Not as long as I live. Also, I'm pretty sure that giant bat only exists to have a shortcut, so I don't have to go through, like, multiple rooms to get to this one. Because he didn't actually really give me anything. I mean, it's still appreciated. But, you know. Right, question. Which way do I go? I could try and complete the loop. That might be the... Since Castle Map 1 implies this is like the... Oh, this is the areas that you should be going to. Like... That probably means I should, try and complete the loop first before doing anything else. That is a relic book right there. Hang on, one sec. Let me turn my ice book back on. Thank you very much. Obtain Fairy Journal. Allows the user to recognize the names of his enemies. Neat! Yo, Hatmaster! Wonder what makes an RPG? Like, wouldn't role-playing game sound like you need to role-play a sketch with some random people online and the game judges how well you did? RPGs, well, let's be honest, RPG as a genre almost has no meaning anymore because anything can be an RPG. Let's put it like this. Okay, do we count an RPG as any game with experience points? Yes? Okay, that means Call of Duty is an RPG. Because that game has experience points. Fairies be like, Dear Diary, sometimes I feel like you're the only one who understands me. Today, I decided to note down a bunch of different monsters, all of their names. Actually, now that I think about it, the fairies in Castlevania would be more along the lines of, Dear Diary, I went shopping, I hung with my friends, the Belmont family decided to come through the castle again and destroy all of my friends and all that I hold dear, but all in all, I think I'm a lucky girl. It's kind of terrible when you really think about it. All of the pain and destruction that I decide to bring. This place isn't marked on the map. I want to check it out. What is an RPG? A miserable pile of experience. Wow, the Bible attack is strong. I should read it some more. Unfortunately, the Bible does not in fact give you flame summoning powers. I will just say I'd be more of a religious man if that is indeed what it gave me. Also, your MP seems to regenerate pretty damn quickly, so honestly, this attack seems pretty good to hang on to for the time being. But yeah, the discussion of what counts as an RPG is interesting. I mean, the problem is, the whole idea of genres as a whole is, the thing with genres is, it was supposed to be a way to be able to, you know, differentiate things. Like, way back when stuff like that was still, concern. But nowadays, there's just so much, like, different variations and hybrid genres that it's so hard to try and get a grasp, you know? On what anything actually is anymore. So, like, okay, chat, legit question. What would you count as an RPG? Like, if I asked you, what is an RPG? And, like, not give any examples, but, like, tell me what defines an RPG game. Like, what would you say? Experience points of some kind. Like, how Yakuza is an RPG? RPG means you can level up. Okay, so Call of Duty is an RPG then. You gain experience and level up in it, so that means Call of Duty is an RPG. Character creator? See, this is when we have to start splitting heads, because then we have to go, okay, but you can't create a character in something like, I don't know, Final Fantasy. But you level up in it. So, is that an RPG? No, that's a JRPG. Okay, well then what makes a JRPG? You know. It's honestly one of those discussions which wow, potions are potent in this game. Holy shit. But yeah, it's one of those discussions which is always very interesting to have. Genres are weird, but thankful we aren't talking rock and metal genres. True. JRPG, it was made in Japan. I count Western and JRPG separately. Okay, but what if it was an RPG made in China? What would we call it then? Because China's, you know, starting to make more games. And some of them are RPGs, so what do we call those? Because they're not JRPGs, so are they CRPGs? I used to only listen to hard rock, then I got into metal, then I started listening to plastic and got committed for listening to inanimate materials. Yeah, exactly, that's where the problem comes, because CRPG already means something. So, what do we call it then? Like, this is the problem I'm getting at. What about Australian? I mean, Australia doesn't care about video games because they don't like fun, so that means we just don't count them. No, that's not true. But it does beg the question, you know? If it's made in Taiwan, do we call it a CRPG or a TRPG? Well, no, because TRPG is already something. TRPG is a tactical RPG. This is why genres are, like, bullshit when you really think about it. Because you start coming up with all of these different, like, you know, variations of the rule. And then things start getting messy. And then that's why it becomes, like, such a problem. To try and say, okay, this game is this game is that. Because now, Souls-like is a genre. Hey, is your game like Dark Souls? It's a Souls-like. Okay, what makes it Souls-like? The fact that you die and have to go back to a checkpoint? Well, lots of games have that. Obviously, you know, I'm only bringing up the question because it's just for discussion. Like, the real answer is there is no answer. It's just, I think it's really interesting to bring up the question and discuss. Indies are getting more into games dev. Does that mean we have India? India is getting more into game devs. Does that mean we have an IRPG? Wikipedia quote: a role-playing game, sometimes spelled role-playing game, abbreviated RPG, is a game in which players assume the roles of characters in fictional setting. Cool. So Uncharted. Okay, so Uncharted is an RPG. Got it. I mean, it's a game where you take the role of a fictional character. So it's an RPG. Oh, I love splitting this. It's so fun. Tekken is an RPG. Exactly, you're picking your character and playing as them with their moveset. And it's fictional. Tekken is an RPG. Confirmed. Ah, it's so... Oh, by the way, well, that's an interesting spell. Oh, by the way, Kirby, just for future reference, just to let you know, if you're going to post a link, would you mind asking? And then one of the moderators or me would say if it's okay or not. You know, just for safety's sake, you know? Just in case. Just is pretty cool and it's very interesting to me. Just is, like, I mean, so far we don't know much other than... Oh, I can keep dashing. Oh, I can keep dashing. Oh. Oh, that changes things. Lightning Returns isn't an RPG, though, because Lightning isn't a character. She's a cardboard cutout. Also, Maxim, are you alright? Oh, wait, sorry, are you alright? Oh, is that you? I'm glad you're alright. What's wrong with you? Standing around in a daze leaves you vulnerable. I think I've been in this castle before. What did you say? Can't clearly recall, but I think I've been here before. Your memory is coming back to you? It seems so. I've been feeling strange ever since coming to the castle. If we continue a little further, perhaps I may be able to recall something about being possessed. What was that? Nothing! Come on. Let's go, together, Maxim. No, if we're going to find, Lydie, we must separate. We'll cover more ground. Yes, you are right. Be careful, just. Watch your back too, Maxim. She cares about her sister. Is that a character trait? Technically. Caring for another human being is technically a character trait. We should stick together. Nah, let's split up. Okay. Good talk. Also, boss fight. Living armor. Jeez, Maxim. Thank you for taking care of this for me. God. No, you're injured, but can't you at least try and bear some of the responsibility? God. I don't even know what Lydie looks like. I hope I go through this entire game and we only see her when we rescue her. Also, this cross spell is kind of fun. I don't even know how much damage it's doing, but... I honestly just like the fact that I have a little machine gun. To be honest, I forgot how their interactions even go. I remember the one where she, like, has her birthday. And I think her sister got her a knife. And I think Lightning just went, ugh, worst birthday ever. Or something like that. That's all I remember. It was something like that. No, that I remember. Her and Saz. Yeah. Man, Saz is actually the best, though. Also, Lizard's Tail. By pressing down and jump, user may slide. Oh, I got this nice and early. Cool. Guess I'm already going to back to some areas I've been to already. Also, ow. Alright, let's see what we got down here. Another life max. Thank you very much. I'm having too much fun bending metal wiring. What are you bending metal wiring for? Are you doing like electronics? That boy does she interact with Snow and Sev. Saz is the best FF13 character. Oh yeah, no, Saz is actually a character, which helps. Like, he legit is... No, I mean, you're right. He is the best character in that game. No questions asked. Wow, knife might actually be useful in this game. Huh. That's a weird thought. Also, hello there, leather boots. What do you give me? Oh, apparently I can equip stuff to my whip. Huh. I guess I do get upgrades or something like that. Interesting. I'm going to keep the cross for a little while. There we go! Soul Orb. Allows the user to recognize how much damage an enemy has received. Thank you! Just what I needed. Alright, perfect. Now I can head back the way I was and do a nice circle. I like Hope. He's just a dumb kid who doesn't deal with his mother dying very well, which I think is fair. Like, I understand the storyline with Hope. It's just that I think it does go on a little bit too long. I mean, at least it gets resolved. So that's something. I wonder if 10 years from now, or more, will Final Fantasy be registered as a misunderstood game that actually has good characters? Some people feel that way already. Like, I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the best, but, like, playing it and looking back on it, it's why I want to do a full playthrough of the whole thing, because I want to have a fresh perspective on it, but I never hated it. I didn't think it was the best, but I did beat it. You know, that says something that I was able to go through it and beat it, you know? I think some of its points are completely valid in terms of criticism. I think some can be, going to use the word circumvented. And that doesn't mean that people shouldn't complain about the problems, but that, again, it's one of those things I don't want to comment on too much until I've actually, like, played it again, you know? Also, The Last of Us 2, there's so many, like... there's so many gray areas with that game, with its development, how it's portrayed, people straight up saying lies about it, and it's just a mess. I want to play it eventually. I wasn't interested in playing it when it came out, but I do want to. I do want to play it eventually. Right, yeah, okay, that's right. It wasn't that way I wanted to go, it was the other way. I will die on the hill that 13's ending is beautiful, and I dislike how 13-2 kind of ruined it. Oh yeah, 13's ending was one of the best parts. I don't even mean that in a bad way. It was legit really good. But then 13-2 basically, yeah, as you say, they just decided, no, this is a franchise now. You could have ended with 13, and there would have been no problems. Like, there would have actually been no problems. Until they just decided, whoever the director of Final Fantasy of that game was at the time. I can't remember his name, but until he just decided, nah, the story isn't over yet. The Last of Us 2, people picked the wrong thing to bitch about. Yeah, and, I mean, even the things that like... Gameplay-wise, from what I understand, it's actually really fun. When you actually get to the gameplay, there's actually a lot of freedom and, like, things you can do. It's kind of like when people say, like, I like this thing. Or people like this thing. Like, I think... I mentioned it, but I think saying something overrated. There was a... For people who don't know, there's a picture going around, which is like, what is your quote-unquote, thing that gets, like, a lot of hate, for you, as a video game opinion? Mine is, I think saying something overrated is a terrible criticism. Oh, here we go. For some reason, things look a little bit different than they did before. I think this is the part. I think we're in... I'm not sure if we're in it yet. I'm not sure if we've done the gimmick. To the gimmick yet? I'm not actually sure yet. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I've actually made it yet. I think I have, but I'm not sure. Basically, this game has 2 castles. You got 2 castles that you teleport between, and the castles are different. I don't think I have. No, I think I have. I don't know. Shit. I'm just gonna explore. I legit can't tell. Well, okay. That was close. Could you please get away from me? Oh my god, video game. Okay, right. There's not a lot of invincibility. Good to know. Okay, I'm gonna let this run out so I can actually throw my damn cross. And I just made the enemies respawn. Perfect. Okay, did you... Jesus Christ! Right, okay, I get no invincibility, apparently. That's good to know. And you could just block my cross. Awesome. Oh my my god, there are so many of you. Holy shit. Oh my god. And you could guard behind you too. Okay, good to know. Good to know that you are a nice, fun enemy that's not going to be annoying to deal. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, okay, you are not worth it. I'm going. I am leaving. I am taking my whip, and I am going. Oh, thank you for the level up. I'm at level 6. Cool. And I got a wristband. What does wristband do? Wristband puts my defense up even more. Perfect. This charm increases the user's luck. You are not allowed to look inside it. Ominous. Anyway. Hey, Skeleton Flail. I remember you as well. Also on Cusper. Potion. Perfect. I fought 13 when it came out. I played it until the first save point, quit, then I didn't touch it for 1 year. Then my friend wanted to play it, and I watched him beat it. Okay, fine. Then I played 13-2, which was better. Then I met Hope. Oh, I can skip cutscenes. Good. Beat it. Then 33 came out. I bought it, and Hope is your Navi, and he's still annoying in 13-1. I never beat 33. Yeah, Hope was the one that kept coming back. Weirdly enough. From what I understand, he's really popular in Japan. Not as popular as Lightning. Lightning in Japan is super popular. Whether you agree with it or not, it's the way it is. Also, with your comment on saying something's overrated is more of a criticism of the fan base than the game, well, then you're not criticizing the game. I understand if you think a fan base is annoying, but in my opinion, that shouldn't affect your opinion of the medium that you're trying to enjoy. I know that's not always the case, you know. It's hard to sometimes separate them, but I don't think it's fair to say something's bad because people who like it are annoying. That was the point of the comment? Okay, sorry, then I misunderstood what was trying to be said. And for that, I apologize. Holy shit, these enemies hurt. I need to be careful. Is there anyone else I can go? Okay, apparently I just went in a massive circle. I went down in that area, and then apparently didn't make any progress. Good to know. Got a good feeling with this run. I'm alert to BRB. But like I said, we can properly discuss 13 when I eventually play it. I will play that game. That one's one of the ones I will get to, because I want to know how I feel about it after all this time, you know? I need to know. And like, here's the thing, I'm not the type of person that goes, oh man, this game sucks. You know, I tried to honest to God give things a chance, and am I forgiving of a lot of good games? Yes, I am. I'll fully admit it. I forgive a lot of things which a lot of people won't forgive. I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, I'm not gonna say sorry, I enjoyed this. Unless maybe I come back one day and then say, like, I'm sorry guys, I'm a Fortnite player, but... Okay, nah, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't even say that, you know? Holy shit. Okay, you hurt. I'm going to leave. Right. What I'm going to do is... First things first, because of the way that this game is mapped, it's kind of a bit weird, so this is entirely separate from what I understand. To what I'm viewing, so... I believe the layout is supposed to be the same. Should there be one of those cases? Basically what I'm doing is, for full disclosure, I do have a map, which I have been using for, Metroidvanias, just to keep things, going a little bit smoothly. Which I refer to for, like, hidden areas and stuff. Every so often. But with the way that this map is being set out, I'm not entirely sure with the map I've got how it's supposed to sort of, like, you know, coincide with each other, so I'm having to get used to that. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just sort of going to play the game at my own pace. It doesn't look like there's any hidden areas, which is interesting. Or at least none that are really obvious. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to head back here, and I'm going to go to the areas which I haven't checked out yet, and I'm going to see how much progress I can do there before doing anything. And that's my plan. See you, Niche. I'm going to go play through Treasure Trove's new Game Plus because I definitely do not have an unhealthy obsession with the game. No problem, dude. Please enjoy the game. You're allowed to reasonably like/dislike thing. It's all or nothing. It certainly feels like that sometimes. Int goes up, defense goes down. I need defense right now. I do not have a lot of health. And I also keep dashing into things because I'm not being careful. Right, up and around. That's the plan. Also, ow. Jesus Christ, bloody juice ahead. Stop it! He's sucker punching me when I get to the door, the nerve. You know well that I'm pretty harsh, but I like to think I'm not unjust with my criticisms. I do at least try to take it, I try to take the good with the bad. I know that you're harsh. I know you did, but, at the same time, I know you're not doing it out of malice, you know? This is the weird thing with games. There's so many genres, so many different types, so many different qualities. And now we're in an age where it's like, oh man, AAA, you know, whatever, it's just the worst because blah blah, you know, it's too easy, or you know, for whatever reason. It's just weird. This is totally unrelated, but anyone else excited for Monster Hunter Rise? I still need to play Monster Hunter World. God forbid I get excited for Rise before I've even played World, despite owning it. I don't know, I don't know if I can justify the grind in that game yet. Also, obtained red stone. Hello. Is that a relic? It's for my whip. Adds fires to attack made with a whip. Oh. Wait, hang on. Adds fire to attacks made with a whip. So, if I attack an enemy. Okay, so I now have a fire elemental. Okay, interesting. So that's how they get around the fact that I keep the same weapon, but now I can increase my usability with said weapon, or like be able to do different combinations. Okay, got it. To be fair, you don't need that much grind before endgame. For Monster Hunter. Yeah, it's basically if you want to do all of, like, the higher-end stuff where you wouldn't need to do the grind. I understand that. It's kind of similar to an MMO in that regard, but... I don't know. I feel like it would just be one of those things that I need to... Like, if I want to get into it, I need to get into it, you know? I wouldn't be just happy with just doing the main story. I'm not even saying, like, you know, for a completionist. I just mean... experiencing all that the game has to offer, you know? And it's one of those things where I've tried many times to get into Monster Hunter. And I just couldn't. Like, it just didn't do it for me. Especially with the older style of game. And usually I'm pretty, I would say, okay when it comes to being able to play some, like, you know, complex stuff, but I don't know, man. Monster Hunter just wasn't doing it for me. Also, that is a cool armor design. Just want to throw that out there. And also... getting really hard to try and dodge him, and I am using a lot of my potions right now. This is basically the main way that I'm trying to keep alive. Jesus Christ! Well, good news is I got a life max. Bad news is I probably can't get out of this situation until I kill him. Yep, it's locked. Perfect. Well, I got a level up, so that's good. Level 7. Perfect. Not to where my old save file was. I was similar. Monster always felt sluggish, that stuff for me, but I moved to a bow. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to change my weapon type. Maybe that'll make me, maybe that'll, make me like the combat a bit better. I've been opening up towards bow combat in various things over time. Maybe also something like dual blades. Because I know those can be fun. Right. Still some area down there that I need to take care of. Got it. What was I using? I honestly can't remember. I think I was using, like, not the great sword, but, like, the regular sword. I think. Because I think there's, like, the great sword, but then there's a different one, which is different. If I understand correctly. Also, ow. Oh, hello there, large ghost. Glad to make your acquaintance. Also, glad that I got another... No, relic, I think I got. Yep, Monster Tome. Allows the users to see the data of monsters he has met. Bestiary. Perfect. Is that secret info? Yes, it is. Yep, tells me all of their stuff, so I can look up how much XP and all of the stuff they can give me. Perfect. Sword and Shield is worthless, don't even bother. I just figured it was the one I would get started with because it seemed the most, simple. Was it the Great Sword? I don't remember using a shield. It must have been the Great Sword then. I don't remember using a shield, so it must have been Great Sword. Like I said, I don't know. It's definitely a game I will give another try. Because the only time I ever played Monster Hunter World was, I think, the beta. Like, the beta was the only time I actually properly tried it. And obviously, the beta doesn't have, like, you know, it's got, you know, builds that it gives you as opposed to builds you make yourself. So, I know it's not exactly the same, but hey. I am definitely not opposed to trying it again. Also, hey, another locked door. Should have figured, which probably means I have to go back to the other dimension. Or the other castle. If I'm going to be more accurate. I really need the double jump. Jesus. Still got a little bit more area I can check out here, though, so might as well. If you try again, you'll be around to lend me a helping one. I will definitely take you up on that offer. But yeah, going back to what we were saying before, now I'm curious. I don't think I've ever actually mentioned, but is there any game that you guys like, which you know for a fact people, like, really don't like, or have no, like, feelings towards? Because I've mentioned some plenty of times before, but I don't think I've ever actually asked. I need to go up more just to have an excuse to use Hunting Horn. Dragon Age 2? Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's a big one. You know what? I didn't think Dragon Age 2 was bad either. Like, I don't think it was what people wanted, and that's fair, but I don't think it was bad. Fossil Fighters, mainly because nobody knows of its existence. That's a fade word. Drakengard 3? Okay, I'm right with you with Drakengard 3. I really like Drakengard 3, despite the fact that the combat is terrible. Despite the fact that game as a game, is inherently really bad. I like tons of games people hate. Final Fantasy VIII and Deadly Premonition to name two. See, the one there I would be curious to know about, actually, is Final Fantasy VIII. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I think people hate 8's combat. I hate the GF system. I will never like the GF system. Junctioning system in 8. I hate it. I hate it so much. And also the fact that the game just straight up, it just goes, fuck it. Combat doesn't matter, levels don't matter, everything scales to you. Yeah, the romance in FF8 is also questionable. I don't think every game I like but people hate. Maybe FF8. But the thing is, FF8 has a lot of fans. But the problem is when you say like, oh, FF8, FF8 has a lot of fans still. It's the classic Final Fantasy example of there will never be a game that people agree with for Final Fantasy, because guess what? Games are so different from each other that it is impossible to try and get a consensus of what people like in that game. Okay, drumstick heals quite a lot. Good to know. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can just sort of wait here, and yeah, I'm just gonna pelt you with ice, if that's okay, because honestly, that armor scares me, and I don't want to get close to it. Also, FF13, we've always had that discussion. Oh, yes. But if a game I didn't like, but other people like, then it's Dragon Quest XI. See, that is interesting to me, because Dragon Quest XI... Oh! Okay, video game. Not quite the same as Nathan's, but it's close enough. And I'm pretty sure I have done as much exploring as I can in this area without going to the other place. So we are going back to the other place. That move is so stupid. Asking what you like that others hate is a way more interesting conversation than asking what you hate than others like. Yeah, it's, I agree. Honestly think it's way harder to come up with something that you like that others hate, because then you have to try and explain to people why you like it, as opposed to going, that thing sucks. Or at the very least, I find it more fun. I wonder if anyone hates Yakuza? Probably. Probably people who don't like Japanese culture things. There's bound to be people. Yeah, like, let's put it like this. No matter how critically acclaimed a series is, there'll always be someone who doesn't like it. Just for a personal preference or whatever. I met someone who hates Zelda. Just every Zelda game. They've never liked it. And you go, how? And they just go, I just don't like action. I just don't like that type of adventure game. And then you just go, well, fair enough. What am I supposed to say to that? No, you don't. Ooh. Plate coats. That's got to be way better than what I got. Yes, it is. Give me that defense. I need it. I need it on my body. Tyrannogamer is the best 2D Zelda, and Okami is the best 3D Zelda. Changed my mind. I understand what you mean by that, but at the same time, I would classify, at least Okami, because I'm familiar with it. I would classify it as some, well, it's the same genre, but it's... I really like Okami too. But... kind of hard to, like, say. You could argue it's the best of that type of genre, but I can't really say it's the best Zelda game, because it's not a Zelda game, but I understand what you're trying to say. It's just one of those things which I guess, for me personally, it doesn't wrap around my head that well. I don't mind Skyward Sword, but man, I do hate Fi so much. The problem with Fi is that most of her problems are due to game mechanics, which is really sad, because if they fix those, then she could be real fun. I like the idea of her character, it's just the execution's really poor because she becomes less of a character and more of a tutorial reminder. Okami's so good, though. Exactly, Otto. That's a terrible mechanic, but a decent character. Yeah, exactly. You didn't mind Fi the character as much as Fi the tutorial guide. Exactly. That is exactly what we're on about. All of you should play Terra Dima at least once in your lives. See, now the question is... I'm only going to post this question once, because it kind of goes against literally everything I was saying, but it's still kind of fun to ask. The question is, then, what if I just go, it's not my thing? If I try it and I just go, it's not my thing. Not even saying it's bad, but... well, then it's not your thing. Exactly. Basically the point I was getting at. There are people who don't like pizza too. Exactly. The important thing is we can still get along with them. Because guess what? People are individuals, and that means that everyone is nice and unique, whether you agree with them or not. I'm not gonna lie. When I started this conversation topic, I kind of knew what I was talking about, but as I was trying to focus on actually playing the game, while I was also trying to speak, I kind of lost the plot a little bit. But I think I got back to it. If I'm being honest, the other problem has been sleep pattern has been a little bit weird today, so I'm kind of in one of those weird moods where I am awake, but also a little bit like, I don't know what the word to use is. I don't want to say woozy. Oh, excuse me, but yeah, case in point. I also hate pizza on a pineapple. I had a friend who don't like pizza, but that's because he didn't like the cheese. Nah, not quite groggy. That's not the right way to describe it. No way to describe it other than it's just a weird mood, I guess. Okay, now that I've done my exploring, time to go back to the other castle. And try not to die this time. Or get close to dying. I haven't actually died yet. Bound to happen eventually, though. On the other hand, my stepdad likes cheese, but he doesn't like cheese, but he likes pizza. Well, yeah, obviously with how it's prepared, that makes things different too. Like, I hate tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes on anything. Like, raw as tomatoes. But I like ketchup. I like tomato soup. I like tomato puree. I basically like anything tomato related that's not tomatoes. So when someone says, I don't like cheese, but like things with cheese on it, then I understand what they're saying. So does my nephew. I hate the texture of tomatoes. I just don't like, I don't know. I don't even know what I just don't like the taste of raw tomatoes, and I just don't like, I guess, the texture. The fact it's just so slimy on the inside. I don't know. It just doesn't agree with me. It's kind of funny, because with apples, I'm kind of the opposite. Not quite, but I like a raw apple, but I don't like apple juice. I don't like apple, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Apple crumble, for example, or anything made with apples. I used to hate pepperoni, didn't know why, I now eat them no problem. I feel like the biggest detractor for food is, for me personally, is one, obviously taste, but two, is the texture. You give me a food with a weird texture and it just doesn't agree with me. Like mushrooms. Mushrooms the best example. Well, that being said, I don't mind mushrooms in some things. Like in a pasta, I don't mind mushrooms. Because I feel like the sauce hides the texture a little bit. Like the rubberiness. No, I don't like applesauce. Also, I'm sorry, Americans, I don't like apple pie either. I know that's like heresy in your culture, but it's true. I like apples, but I don't like things cooked with apples. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't agree with me. Okay, there's a caveat to the rule now that I think about it, and it's that... I'm sorry, what? Chair. I'm sorry, what? 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 What did I just... This completely just threw me off. The loop, threw me off my entire... I just picked up a chair. You get to decorate a room. Oh, yeah, no, I remember reading something like that. Okay. Yeah, okay, no, I do. Okay, right. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about now. Just kind of weird it's not, You now have the kanji weapon? God, I wish. Not quite, though. Yeah, really no hidden rooms so far, huh? I guess you don't like squid, then? No, I actually really like squid. I just don't like the rubbery texture of mushrooms, but squid, no problem. Damn ectoplasms, that's why all of the curse potions are here. Or the uncursed potions, I should say, to be more accurate. Okay, I'm making progress here, and I just realized there's a room I missed. In fact, there seems to be a couple rooms that I missed. I don't believe... Oh, right, that's right. I couldn't get into that one because there was an enemy guarding it, and... I'm trying to figure out if I want to continue forward still, if I want to try and... Because this continues forward to whatever the hell this goes to. I've never had squid, but I'm confident in saying I probably wouldn't like it. Depends if you like seafood. Yo! I'm gonna try my best to pronounce that. Cheatsarim. Thank you so much for the follow, my dude. Oh, shit. No curse for you. That being said, I am getting very low on health. I'm also getting very far away from a save point. I'm gonna try down here, see if there's anything for me. Okay, there's a door to another area. And no save point. Perfect. I like fish and breadcrumbs and tuna. That's about as far as I go. Oh. You wound me, Adrian. You wound me. Your lack of sea adventure. Okay, that is another door that leads somewhere. Shit, I have so many options here and I don't know where to go. I need to make a decision. Whoa, what a nice room. Maybe a bit tasteless, but perhaps some furniture. Okay, guess I'll start putting this down right here. Huh, really? That's how it happens, huh? Just straight up. Hey, this room's pretty nice. Ah, fuck it, I'll put furniture in it, why not? Are we supposed to be rescuing someone? I feel like that's not what you should be focusing on. Especially the fact that this is not your castle. This is Dracula's castle. You know, Lord of Darkness. Also, the castle is kind of alive. I'm a very picky eater. I like salmon and shrimp, but I never eat seafood anymore because my grandma hates it and refuses to buy it. Oh. You ever explore a castle and find an empty room and just go, this is my room now. I'm a decorate. Apparently, I have now. Yo, what's good? It's all in the name. Right, executive decision. Before I go to any new area, I am going to head back this direction. And I'm going to save. And go in that one place that I didn't end up going down. Right, hopefully. Well, guess I just ate my I was about to eat my own words there. And now you know what the game over screen looks like. Cool! Okay, the biggest problem I am running into is this game does not have a lot of invincibility. As in, it has none. And I'm learning that the hard way. Well, the good news is, I can go back to where I was and try and do it in a way that makes a bit more sense for my brain to comprehend in terms of how many options we've got to go. Yeah, it's kind of weird that it just has the outline, and so do the bats, but some enemies don't. That is a bit weird. I don't understand that. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Would like to try and make a little bit more progress before clocking out for the day. Making it sound like my job. I wish it was. Not quite yet, though. Getting there, slowly but surely. Slide under. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, just doesn't believe in iframes. Yeah, well, I wish he did. It would be very, very, convenient. That being said, this time around... Bronze armor. Wow, okay, even better than the armor I got. See, it's a blessing in disguise that I died, because now I got this sweet armor. All according to Cake. I know for an instant oatmeal, most of the different fruits are all apples, I think. That's oatmeal. I mean, I have porridge sometimes, but I need to put, like, if I have porridge, I need to have some sugar with that. Surprise! I still live! Yo, Irish Fox! Glad to see you, my dude. Hope things are going well for you. Oh, hello there, friend! Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. I don't have to do a damn thing. I can just let this do my job for me. Never make a hobby your job. High chance you'll be miserable because you lost the one thing you genuinely enjoyed. Well, sometimes that happens, but I feel like with this, I'd be fine with it, you know? Because I take it seriously regardless anyway, so I'd basically just be doing the same thing, just enjoying it and, you know, doing it more. I understand the idea that sometimes if you make your hobby your job, then you do lose that part about it, but as long as you have certain aspects that's not part of your job, for example, I still play things on my own. I mean, hell, you could I could argue that, once I started learning how games were made, you know, I lost that aspect of, enjoyment for them, because guess what? Once you learn how games are made and get into, you know, all the news stories, it gets really depressing. But would I have it any other way? No. Okay, so I can't go this way. Perfect. So for now, basically that enemy is all that's here. Cool. The hardcore gamer here, folks. I just like a lot of different games. If that makes me hardcore, so be it. But yeah, Irish Foss, thank you for the 6 months at tier 1. You absolute wonderful Irish person, you. A phrase I never thought I would say in my life, but here we are. Do I still have 2 drumsticks with this save file? Or, no, I still have only just got the 1, unfortunately. Damn. Well, it's fine. Jesus. Okay, if I could just get away from you, thank you. I stopped enjoying the internet when I started taking classes. Oh, that's a mood and a half. Kind of know where you're coming from with that one. Joke's on you, I don't have any other skills already. Wait. Oh, don't say that, Adrian. Everyone's got something. Oh, at least. Even if people don't believe they got something, I still believe. Anything can come out of anything. Did I mention I'm feeling a little bit weird right now? I feel like that was supposed to be a motivational sentence. It didn't quite pan out the way I thought it would, but hey. Let me rephrase it. If someone like me can do this, then there's literally no one stopping anyone else from doing anything, you know? Doing commentary with my terrible English and bad speaking skills. But hey, I enjoy it, so it's all good. Just like the Nika Costa said, everyone's got something. Anxiety and the fear of rejection is a terrible mix. Oh, don't worry, I fully understand what you mean by that. But at the same time, it's just... It's kind of one of those things where, for me personally, at the very least, it's like, I just got tired of it, and I just got to the point where it's just like, well, if I don't do anything, nothing's going to change. And I mentioned it before, but, like, I've always had a problem with failing. I always wanted to get things right first time. And unfortunately, that's just not very realistic in a lot of certain scenarios, and I have to try and accept that. Just because something didn't work out doesn't mean that everything else is gonna fail. In the times of a bleak future, foretold we pray to the true old lord of them all, the world of the worm of Gummy. The Gummy of Dojima lives on in all of us. I don't think I've ever been up here yet. I think I checked out this area, but then I never did the climb. Hello there, friend. Now it is I who is invading your personal space. Yeah, figured that place would be locked. Well, need to get that map completion. There we go. I should have waited on that platform. I can't jump up there. Perfect. Good job, me. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, even though I know that's not feasible, but I also procrastinate. Are you sure we're just not the same person? Are you sure that just another part of me just doesn't live in, like, a completely different area of the world? It's kind of weird, because I've always had the belief that perfection doesn't exist, but I'm still a perfectionist. The way that I internalize it, it used to be more extreme, but the way I internalized it was, I understand perfection isn't a thing, but at the same time I want to get as close to it as possible. Which, in hindsight, is a terrible mindset to have. I'm your shadow, the true self. So you're excited that Kiryu is very likely to be in Tekken? Yeah, I wouldn't use the word very likely either, but I'm excited at the idea of it. Or, now that Sega is announcing their own maybe fighting game, if it turns out to be Virtua Fighter 6, I'd be more than happy for Kiryu to appear in that as a guest character. Plus, there'd be no roadblocks, because guess what? Sega owns Virtua Fighter and Yakuza, so there would literally be no excuse. Anyway, back to the room we go. I'm kind of sad in this little room that apparently just really lights. There's no warp or save point. I feel like this would have been the perfect opportunity to have, like, a rest spot for him. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Damn. That being said, I am excited for Tekken Season 4. If those online improvements are anything substantial, oh, it'll be so nice. And plus, also rebalancing the game. Season 3 balancing was an utter mess, but I know a lot of people aren't, but I still think they can fix. You know, but you never say never when it comes to fixing things, you know? I don't think it's impossible. That being said, hey Connor, you excited for Kunimitsu to be triple S tier? I feel bad for this point. Tekken 7 got too many characters. It's... I wouldn't say it... It's hard when you say, oh, this game has too many characters, because it's like, well... Of course, at that point, it's going to be hard to balance them all, but like, what? You wanted them to not add more characters? Well, no, clearly people wanted them to add more characters. I mean, hell, Tekken Tag 2 still had more characters than Tekken 7. And if anything, it looks like they're winding down, because it's only 2 characters this season. Okay, so I got 2 completely separate areas I can go to, and I have no idea which one I want to go to first. Okay, so that's where I am on the map. Okay. Got it. Well, yeah, that basically means I have 2 entirely different directions I can go. Interesting. Yeah, Kuni with modern Tekken DLC balancing. Kuni looks like she could teleport and attack with, like, Noctis. Not quite. Yeah, she went from Noctis stealing Kunimitsu moves to Kuni stealing Noctis moves. Okay, never mind. I know nothing about Kunimitsu. Yeah, by the way, put an asterisk next to what I just said. Yeah, I know nothing about Kunimitsu, so... I just misinterpreted what the trailer showed. I should probably... I'm hoping I get a save point somewhat soon. And according to the map, it's not happening somewhat soon. Which probably means I'm going to have to use another potion. Okay, if I take another hit, then that's what I'm going to do. Okay, well, ask and ye shall receive. That being said, I'm also getting a lot of money. I hope I get to the point where I can actually start buying things soon. Because there's probably going to be a shop at some point. Because otherwise, why the hell am I getting all of this money? Oh, hello there, witch. Aw, you're kind of cute. Well, until I decided to, you know, murder you. That was stupid of me. I did not mean to slide. I do have anti-venom though, so that's something. That being said, I only have one left. Shit, right. I have to make it to the end of this room. Would they really go to all of the effort of getting Tekken on board with Yakuza just to stick it, just to stick in a great but only a single game villain? Yes, because that's usually how guest characters work. I mean, hell, we only have one SNK character and one Street Fighter character, so yeah, why not? Love if Tekken, got pledged like a demon. No, if Kiryu got in the game, it would probably be, like, the song they would go for would, let's be honest, it'd be Receive You. It'd be some variation of Receive You. Because that's, like, the song. I know some people know it as, Majima's theme song, but it's also just the song most associated with Yakuza, so... That's the one that makes sense to me that they would use. Nah, 24-hour Cinderella. You know what, Connor? I think you got something. Also, ow. Excuse me, friend. Buck up. Wow, there is a lot of axe armors. Holy God. None of that, thank you. I need to get through here as much as I can. Still no hidden places. God damn. I'm legit starting to think they don't exist. No, you know what it's gonna be? There's gonna be one. There's gonna be one hidden room throughout the entire game. And it's going to make me so paranoid. Well, die to Area 3's boss fight again, but at least I can make it, I can consistently get there. I got to Area 3's boss fight last night. No, the night before. For the first time, which I was happy about. It was also one of those runs where I thought it wasn't going to be that great, but it actually turned out being my best. That being said, I didn't beat the Area 3 boss fight. I beat it twice, but I died to Redacted. Fair enough. I appreciate the non-spoilers. Man, once I do this, I'll be taking a break from doing this much of a, like, series look. Like, the other games that I want to take a look at, there'll be less of them. Let's put it like that. There won't be quite as many of them. But, one of them that I would definitely want to do would be, Supergiant Games. With, all of their titles. Which would be interesting, especially since one of them is Hades, which is a roguelite. And you can't... I mean, you can technically beat it, but also not. So that'll be interesting to try and do. So, when's KOF for fun? Never. At least not right now. Maybe if they announce KOF 15 and actually show the gameplay rather than just a logo. I mean, that game, that wouldn't be too bad because it would basically be just doing arcade runs. Or like the story mode, which wouldn't take too long. But yeah, there would be a lot of games in that series, so... Crack Alpha's PS1 emulators. You're not joking. I kind of want to check out the other area, but nah, I've committed now. Nah, I've committed. I gotta go. I gotta stick to the path. You don't change horses midstream. I'll probably will do the next, like, series a-thon. Whatever the hell I decide to call it. I probably will, put it to a vote. And again, it will be shorter. There's definitely ones that I already know I would like to do. It's just a matter of what order I do them on. I will be taking a break, though. I won't be doing it immediately, because there are some other games I would like to play first, and things that I need to commit to, such as, hey, anyone remember when I played that Project Rainfall game? Yeah, I still got 2 others. Like, that's not done yet. I still got 2 other games, which I gotta do, and the only reason it got interrupted is because Halloween was approaching, so I went, oh shit, I gotta do Castlevania. Like, I did Pandora's Tower. And then that was it. I still gotta do the other 2. I haven't forgotten. Like I said, it's just because of the fact that, I have been wanting to do Castlevania for so damn long, and I'm finally doing it. Take a break before you get broken, before you break yourself, wise words. Yeah. At the very least, you know, do a couple sessions of something which, I would like to, do as one-offs. Also, before I, get myself in the trap, which I always get myself into, which is trying to do too much at once. Okay, I saw a box up there, so that's what that's about. Huh. L13579. Or just 13579. Okay. I guess keep that room in mind for something. Whatever the hell it is. Also, thank you so much for the hydrate. Oh, that was a good voice crack. Alright. Puzzle time. Well, it's not much of a puzzle, it's just more of a pushing a block around. Okay, push it this way. Yeah, P5R is still waiting. I haven't forgotten about that either, don't you worry. Ah, shit, if I push it this way, then... God damn it. Okay, I have to do it the other way. Shit. Yeah, so if you ever needed to know what numbers are on, there you go. Good work, Castlevania team. Making me pay attention to math more than school ever did. Damn it, now that I mentioned it, I kind of want to spoil some of the series that I want to do. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I mention it, I'm the worst when it comes to that. I am the worst when it comes to, like, okay, I shouldn't spoil, but at the same time, I really, really want to spoil. But I know it's bad, because I need to make sure that I can actually fulfill on it. Clearly, this is where I do a poll, basically asking, should I spoil or not? That would be stupid in the slightest. Alright, just now I got my MP max. What was stopping me in that room? I think I was exploring something in that room up there, and then I decided to stop. What was it? Also, ow. Did I remember to, No, okay, I do have the redstone equipped. Okay, just making sure. Shit, 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 ow, ow. Okay, I had to... Yeah, okay, I had to go back through this room anyway, so... Okay, yep, good job, me. Yep, just stand in the slime. Can I make it to the save point? Yes, I can. Is it just because... Okay, it's literally just because I didn't go, left instead of... I didn't go left instead of right. Okay. Well, that solves that problem. I feel like if you ever wanted to poll letting us choose to spoil your list of games or not, you would probably want to have a look at the list physically written down in the order that you want to first. In terms of what I want to play, honestly, in terms of honestly, in terms of games that I would like to play. Other than this one, just because of the timing of Halloween, there's nothing immediately that comes to mind where it's like, I need to play this ASAP because something new is coming out. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so honestly, a lot of the things that I would like to do after this, unless anything particularly just happens to get announced with good timing, there's nothing really that I can think of where it's like, yes, I need to do this now. I'm trying to think of anything. Is there anything? I feel like I might be forgetting one, but I don't know what it is, which basically means it's not important. Alright, let me check out this place first. Oh, great. More man-eaters. My favorite. Nope, no poison for you. Oh, no. I just remembered one. Although it's not because I have to rush to play it or anything, or any of the games, it's because there's still some that are in development. That's Sweary Month. That's when I play sweary games. So like Deadly Premonition, Dark Dreams Don't Die. All of that stuff. That's the one that, I have to do at some point, but not yet, because some of his games that I want to play are still in development. So, I can wait. In that regard. But, that's probably the next, like, big one that I can think of with multiple games. Also, what was that I picked up? Mirror Pendant. This, pendant increases the user's resistance to poison. I'm in poison. I'm running into a lot of poison enemies. I gotta sleep. Until next time, take care, everyone. See you later, rest. Thank you for stopping on by. What? That doesn't make sense. What? What? Doing Sweary Month? Mirror Pendant would protect against petrified, you think? Oh, you were talking about the, sorry, you were talking about the pendant. I got very confused for a sec. I was like, I thought Sweary Month was a pretty good idea. What do you have against Sweary? What do you do? He just wants to make weird games that no one understands, and they're kind of jank and horribly optimized. Dude, I love Sweary, don't even joke. Well, at least we understand each other now. But yeah, no, Sweary, his games definitely deserve to be played. People need to understand the majesty that is Sweary. Okay, guess I'm not going that way, which means I have pretty much checked out this area for all it's worth. Cool. Did I get anything, or was that more stuff that I can put in my room? I'm guessing that was more stuff I could put in my room. Yep, yes it was. Honestly, with as little spoilers as possible, I only remember Tailman. I think I know who you're talking about, but not 100% sure. But I think I know. Well, glad to know I got triple poisoned. And also glad to know that hurt me a lot. Well, back to the save point I go. From D4, the other tall man. Okay, yeah, no, now I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, hey, poison actually deals damage over time and sustain. For some reason, I kept thinking it'll work like poison in Symphony of the Night. Yeah, Castlevania is weird. Okay, I'm equipping the freaking poison amulet. Yeah, Castlevania is weird because they can never decide what poison does. Like, ever. Oh, also saving does not cure poison. Well, that's good to know. But yeah, they can never actually decide what poison does. It always changes from games to game. Okay, there we go. Mirror Pendant. Well, we probably should protect against Petrify, but protect against poison. Don't question it. Also, I'd like to point out, we're already at 43% map completion. Like, this game's map, well, until something happens, is way smaller. Also, I am having a lot of trouble with these man-eaters, mainly because I'm trying to rush through them. Also, they're good experience, so it's actually not that bad of a problem. So poison doesn't affect full vampire? No. Ugh. Well, undead in general? I guess it would overall. Take this nice and slow. I'd let my ice cross do the work. Oh, damn. Wasn't there a book I could have gotten through sliding? Ah, shit. It was up there, wasn't it? Oh, I forgot about it. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do before I end off the session. I'm going to get that book, and then next time we can go to the new area. That's the best course of action right now. Plus, you know, it gives me a chance to get some more grinding done through moving through the area, so... don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I completely forgot. There was a slidey area that I could have accessed. And it gives me new stuff, which I desperately want. Also, holy shit, goddamn IE frames does not exist in this game. Just give me my cross for the time being. So, in FF6, FF8, and Divinity series, Poison heals undead. And of course, AOS slash Area Sorrow slash Dawn of Sorrow, you can heal from eating poison food with the right soul equipped. Yes. I do remember that. I also remember that, you know what, I might as well put the stuff in my room. Since I've got it, might as well make the place look nice. My favorite Castlevania game actually straight up has one of the worst poison effects in the entire series, because they just went, ah, fuck it. We'll just have it halve all of your stats and do damage over time. After switching back and forth between the two for God knows how long. Well, that game, they just went, ah, fuck it, it does both. Which makes poison in that game really deadly in some scenarios. Which one's that? Order of Ecclesia. One of the last games we'll play, and it's my favorite Castlevania. The one no one played. And also the one that is super rare to find, because no one bought it. I was lucky enough to get a physical copy before the price skyrocketed. Right. I just realized I went to the wrong side. I needed to go to the right. God damn, that splash damage with the bomber armor is actually really, really deadly. Because even if you hit the bomb in mid-air, the explosion still gets you. It's kind of nuts. Okay, just need to get to the other end. And all will be good in the world. How did I never pay attention to the fact that, just, backdash is basically just a more extreme, version of Alucard's, moonwalk? How have I not paid attention to that fact yet? Okay, I really don't want to use a heal item if I don't have to. Okay, I shouldn't do that when there's so many enemies. Also, fist weapon. I still want to keep the cross. Mainly because of what we'll get in a second, and I want to know what the combination does. The one thing I will give this game is it gives you a lot of tools to go fast right at the beginning. Like, the fact that you can dash so fast and you don't have to, limit yourself with, like, a speed cap. And the fact that you can, your slide zip zooms all over the place. Like, that is legit really nice. Let's go. Also, I didn't mention it, but going from Circle of the Moon to this game in terms of, like, background art, it looks so much nicer. Like, Circle of the Moon had some areas that looked pretty nice, especially with, like, the stained glass windows. But overall, it just looked really flat in a lot of areas, which I feel like was a lot of its problem in terms of, like, going through the castle. It wasn't super interesting. Like, some areas were kind of like, yeah, this is, you know, some areas were okay, but overall it was kind of very flat. Whereas this game, already doing a way better job of being like, yo, look at all of this nice decor and pixel art. Get that without using any health items. Thank you. Right. So, all I need to do, it's literally right here. Right here. Fire book and summer clothes. It's getting into winter, mate. And that puts my int up, but puts my defense way down. In other words, I am not interested. However, this I'm interested. So, is it exactly... No, it is not exactly the same. That is very different. Oh, and it actually responds to my attack as well. That is actually super cool. Okay, the fact that they're actually different spells, that is actually really nice. I'm gonna have some fun with that on the next session. Oh, we did it, guys. We beat that first game and we made it to Harmony of Dissonance. And after this, I believe... Unless I am mistaken, I'm going to double check this because I think... after this, we are getting one of the best games in the series. I believe. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, man, we're doing... Yeah, we got a bunch of great stuff. Oh, we're finally at the... We're finally at the end, everybody. Everything that we've been waiting for. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. So much good stuff. Man. Oh, I can't wait for it. Oh, man. So another Field Niche stream comes to a close, indeed. Oh, this is a bit of a weird one today. I don't know if that was maybe just me. I mentioned it before, but, like, my sleep schedule has been a little bit out of whack because I'm having to get up early to look after chickens. Because my folks are going on holiday, which means I have to take care of the chickens. Which means getting up early and feeding them and just looking after them, basically. It's not actually that hard, it's just the fact you have to get up super early, but thankfully since it's winter, I get to sleep in a little bit. But, yeah. Look forward to next time when we play through Harmony of Dissonance. I'm taking another break tomorrow to do some more updates on Yakuza recording, but after that, I've got a 3-day session of just Castlevania, which means we'll probably beat Harmony of Dissonance, and then the next one. It's gonna be good. Once again, just thank you so much for sticking by with this. I know it's a long project, Like I said, a little bit, I mentioned it before, but a little bit of me was, like, really concerned, like, oh man, I hope people are still interested after all this time. But apparently, yes, you are. So, I am going to continue. Other than that, time to do that thing where I see if anyone's available right now. And the answer is yes. Yes, there is. And I think we'll do... I think we'll raid that. Anyway, as always, stay safe out there, folks. I'll see you guys next time for more Castlevania goodness. You twos are still going, got a Discord, got a Twitter, blah blah blah, all of that fun stuff. Getting closer to the end of the year, and hopefully there'll be some good changes happening, so yeah, look forward to that. But for now, I will see you guys next time, in a couple days. I'm gonna get sleep now. I really need sleep. I just realized, it's kind of hitting me all at once, where it's just like, I'm at the end, I'm like, oh god. I used up all my energy for that fist pump in Castlevania Chronicles. But yeah, see you guys next time.